When the WNBA made it official that Caitlin Clark had been selected as a captain for the 2025 All-Star Game, the reaction was immediate and electric. Her name trended globally, media outlets ran breaking news headlines, fans flooded social media with support, and the basketball world buzzed with excitement and outrage. While many praised the moment as historic, a wave of criticism followed quickly. Some celebrated her selection as a sign of changing tides in women's sports, while others fumed, calling it undeserved, political, or just hype. But the numbers didn't lie. Caitlin Clark didn't just get voted into the All-Star Game, she dominated the vote. With nearly 1.3 million votes, she shattered records, receiving more fan support than any WNBA player in history and more than all 2023 All-Star starters combined. That isn't a coincidence. It's a movement, a phenomenon, and a cultural shift playing out in real time. Clark didn't simply walk into the league and ask for attention. It followed her because of her impact, her skill, and her magnetism. Critics immediately pounced on tired talking points. They said she turns the ball over too much. They said she hasn't won enough games with the Indiana Fever. They said other rookies like Angelreese are doing more with less. But none of these arguments hold up under scrutiny. Every elite playmaker in basketball history, especially those asked to run an offense as a rookie, has dealt with turnovers. It's part of being the engine of your team. Want to know who often leads the NBA in turnovers? Superstars like James Harden, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. That's because they have the ball constantly and are expected to create for everyone else. Clark's turnovers are a symptom of responsibility, not recklessness. And if you actually watch the games, you'd know she's already cleaned up many of those early errors. Her assist-to-turnover ratio is improving. She's making adjustments on the fly against the best defenders in the world, while still averaging over 15 points, more than 6 assists, and nearly 5 rebounds per game. As for team success, the Fever are demonstrably better than last year. They're more competitive, more structured, and more exciting. They're not bottom feeders anymore, and a major reason for that is Clark's presence. She spaces the floor, forces double teams, and elevates the play of her teammates. Yes, it's a process, but one that is clearly trending upward. The idea that she shouldn't be captain because her team isn't championship-bound is laughable. This is the All-Star Game, not the finals. It's about star power, fan engagement, and cultural relevance. And Clark has all three in abundance. Still, critics say she's only popular because of her college fanbase. That may be true to an extent, but diminishing that doesn't make sense. The goal of professional sports is to grow the fanbase. Clark brought millions of new viewers to women's basketball. She converted Iowa fans into WNBA fans. She turned casual sports fans into ticket buyers and merchandise customers. That isn't a flaw, it's a superpower. Every league dreams of a player who can bridge generations and demographics. Clark is doing just that. Some try to argue that her fame is somehow unfair to veterans who've put in the work. But that's a false binary. Respecting veterans and acknowledging Clark's impact are not mutually exclusive. She's not taking anything from anyone. She's adding to the ecosystem. When Clark brings in millions of eyeballs, those viewers also discover players like Aya Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, and Eric Ogunbowl. It's not one or the other. It's all ships rising with the tide. The truth is, all-star captaincies are always about popularity. Always have been. Fans vote. It's in the rules. You don't have to like it, but you do have to accept it. If you didn't want Clark to win, you should have rallied votes for your favorite player. What's wild is how many people are now acting surprised that Clark, who trends almost daily, who fills arenas coast to coast, and who leads in jersey sales, won a fan vote. It's not rocket science. It's simple cause and effect. You give fans the power, they'll vote for who they care about, and right now, no one in women's basketball is commanding more attention than Caitlin Clark. There's also a level of irony here that's impossible to ignore. The people who claim she's overexposed are the same ones making 5-minute reaction videos, writing threads, and going on podcasts to talk about her every week. They complain about her media coverage while feeding the algorithm with Clark-related content. They're not just viewers, they're part of her promotion machine. They are the reason her name stays in headlines. Whether they admit it or not, they're invested. And that's the Caitlin effect. Even hate keeps the spotlight on. As for her demeanor, there's a clear double standard. When male players are animated, they're called passionate. When Clark shows emotion, she's too much. When she celebrates, she's cocky. When she stays quiet, she's aloof. She can't win in their eyes. But the league sees what's really going on, and so do the fans. They recognize that Clark brings not just skill but fire, presence, and personality. She brings theater, drama, buzz. That's what grows a league. Look around. Viewership is up, attendance is up, and fever games are selling out both at home and on the road. That's not just because of a rookie point guard, it's because of a cultural force. Clark isn't just another good player. She's the reason the All-Star Game suddenly feels like an event again. Now she's a captain. She'll be part of the draft. She'll choose her squad. And you can bet millions will tune in to see who she picks. Will she show loyalty and go with Fever teammate Aaliyah Boston? Will she shock everyone by picking Angel Reese and sending a message of unity? Will she lean toward veterans or favor young talent? Every choice will spark conversation. Every moment will generate headlines. That's what stars do. They bring relevance to everything around them. Clark has done that from day one. Let's also not pretend this moment is just about basketball. It's about a league stepping into the mainstream. About a new era for women's sports where players can be household names, where endorsement deals and TV segments are the norm, and where young girls see someone who looks like them at the top of the game. Clark didn't ask for this moment to be easy. She knew the spotlight would come with critics, with scrutiny, with pressure. But she embraced it anyway. And now, despite all the noise, despite every attempt to tear her down, she's not just surviving, she's leading. She's at the center of the biggest storyline in the WNBA, and she earned it. Through votes, through stats, through cultural impact. She's not a fluke or a gimmick. She's the future. And the league is better for it. So to the ones still grumbling about her selection, you had a chance to vote. You had a chance to support someone else. You didn't. You underestimated the power of momentum, charisma, and generational talent. Now you're watching from the sidelines as Caitlin Clark stands where you swore she wouldn't, front and center, captain of the WNBA All-Star Game. And here's the part you may not want to admit. Even if you don't like her, even if you resent her success, you're still paying attention. You're still tuned in. And in the world of sports, attention is everything. The spotlight isn't going anywhere, and neither is Caitlin Clark.